most exciting, the most important part of our Florida project, in fact, the heart of everything we'll be doing in Disney World will be our experimental prototype city of tomorrow. We call it Epcot, spelled E-P-C-O-T.
Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
The Toddcast is filmed before a live feline audience.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome back again to the Toddcast.
Hello, hello.
Here I am, Chuck from Chuck's New Adventure, Alice from Alice and Little Bit's Adventure.
Hello.
And of course, we have our kitten Merida being studio manager again.
Making sure that we're on task. I got a little bit in trouble because I was late to studio.
Oh man!
I got the look.
Well, and then she was on me too when I was eating dinner. Yeah,
we were not punctual today, and we were told about it, so we had to have a staff meeting, and we're better now.
Yeah, it was. It was. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. All right. Well, tonight we're going to be talking about Epcot.
Yes.
We're going to be talking about the second park in Walt Disney World that was built. Mm-hmm. This one opened in 1981. And I remember the opening ceremonies. I watched it on television.
Watched it on TV. And then we were there almost 6 to 8 months after it opened?
No, we were there in 83.
Oh, okay. For some reason, I thought we were there closer than that. But
no, hang on. Excuse me about that. Let me think about that for a minute. It opened in 81. I started high school in October of 83. Or no, in September of 83.
Yeah, we went on the cruise.
Yeah.
In October.
We were there in October of 83.
Yeah. So still new in comparison. Like
brand
spanking
new. Yeah. I mean, it still had that fresh new smell to everything.
And some things weren't completed yet still.
There was still bare ground.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was still bare ground and open pits.
And we saw
certain areas.
The vegetable rock.
Veggie rock.
Yeah. We saw that.
Yes. Yes. And we were there when Horizons was still there.
I know. I know.
You know what's in Horizon Space now?
Guardians.
No.
No, what is in there?
No, Mission Space.
Oh, Mission Space. Okay.
Yeah. And Guardians is the world of energy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Guardians is better.
I kind of miss the world of energy.
No,
I do.
Guardians is better.
Oh my. Okay. We're going to have a lot of these discussions tonight, and the reason is because for me, and I'm going to say this for me, for our family, Epcot was
meh.
Okay. For me, Epcot at the beginning was a not miss.
You loved it.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was Tomorrowland on steroids.
Yeah, you loved it. I was like, meh.
It was marvelous. Absolutely fantastic. I like the whole idea of the World's Fair kind of thing that was supposed to be happening there. I loved the interactions that you could have. There were no character interactions. Not one.
No.
Not one.
It was all cast members.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there was only one IP that was at Epcot at that beginning, and that was Figment.
Yeah.
And he was a very minor
He was minor,
portion.
but I love him.
Okay, everybody loves Figment.
Not everybody loves Figment.
Oh, I don't know.
Well, that's a have-to ride for me, too, so I love it.
Okay. And I'm going to qualify that again, okay? We're going to go back to nostalgia with me on this. I liked it as it was. I do not necessarily
with the Dreamweaver or Dreammaker or whatever his name was.
Yeah.
The Doug Henning version. It's magic. We're totally aging ourselves, but all of you, if you know, you know.
Oh
if
my.
You know, you know the Doug Henning specials on Saturday night.
That's right. Right. And what we're
doing, you know.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, I'm going to be playing ball with this all night, and I don't know why.
The
because
Dreammaker always reminded me of Doug Henning.
He was fantastic. He's fantastic.
The red curly hair and everything.
Exactly.
The mustache.
So, where were we going with this?
Well, the piece of nostalgia, and you like Figment the way it was, and you don't like it is now. But
yeah.
I mean, anywho, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's go with how are we getting to the park? Where are we going? How are we getting there? How are we getting in? Because there's a couple of options.
We're going to the park, and we're going to be taking the monorail. All right. We are going to be having our breakfast, probably at 1900 Park.
1900 Park Fair.
Yeah,
at Grand.
Yeah,
because that's where we're staying.
That's where we're staying. We're probably going to have breakfast
fictitious.
There. Yeah, in our really, we want to do it this way.
This way, because we have money.
Yeah. Not really.
We're poor. Remember that.
Yeah.
Remember, we're poor kids.
Yeah.
It's going to be one of those nights. I'm super tired. So just hang on, y'all, because here we go.
I apologize for nothing at this moment. Okay. This is Alyce and I. We're
in our glory.
We're a little loopy. We're a little loopy tonight, and editing's going to be fun.
Super great. So we're going to ride the monorail in, which is a have to. That's the way you always have to travel into any monorail kind of park. So
and
I get it.
I can actually describe the process of getting from the hotel to Epcot using the monorail.
You go upstairs and get on and ride.
To the transportation and ticket center. And then you change trains.
And then you get on and ride.
That's right.
It's not hard.
Well, I'll lay you money. There's some folks that are going to end up back at the Polynesian figuring they were going to go to Epcot.
Great.
Okay.
Listen. In several languages.
No, I'm already thinking about, I've got that whole clip of the monorail thing. And
let us support this. Anyway.
Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
Here we go. Anyway, we're going on the monorail.
Okay, monorail. So that is one of the easier ways. It's also on the Skyway or the SkyTram, but you have to board it from one of the SkyTram resorts.
Exactly.
So from our space, if in our fictitious staying at the Grand, yes, the monorail is the best way. There is also a bus, but to be honest, the monorail is more of a straightforward way into the park from the Grand and those monorail resorts than any other transportation.
Exactly.
So that's the most efficient way if we're talking about efficiency. And you get to go in the front. The Skyliner drops you off in the back. However, I do like entering through the countries. That's actually one of my favorite ways to enter.
There you go. There are two ways that you enter the park in World Showcase.
Yeah.
And that's the boats and the Skyliner.
Yeah.
Now, got to explain that a little bit briefly about how Epcot is laid out.
Yes.
Okay. This laid out in not lands, but neighborhoods.
Which is kind of new, too, because it used to be a little different, but now it's the idea of neighborhoods.
Yeah, exactly. Epcot is going through some growing pains right now. I'm just going to go ahead and address it right now. Epcot had started a lot of construction before COVID. And when COVID hit, everything stopped. Everything stopped. They had a lot of ground to make up, and they're still making up a lot of that ground now. A lot of the projects that they had slated to be finished by 2024 are not complete.
It still took and we can all understand that there was a lot of pause.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
The reboot was kind of slow. So,
And yet, Universal had the same issues happening and still finished faster.
Well, that's Universal.
I understand, but a comparison can be made, It can be made. So there are some times where some raised eyebrows are justified on this kind of particular thing. It has gotten to the point where the joking about Epcot is it's either sometimes called construction land because
it's never done, but Walt said it would never be done.
Well, he said
it was
Disneyland is always in
it's always in a state of becoming. So
Yeah.
that was the whole thing with Epcot too, is that it was in a state of becoming.
Well, there for about 20 years it wasn't. So they're trying to catch up.
Yeah.
So,
which is one of the reasons it was kind of a meh park for us.
Oh, yeah.
But-
I should take that back. 30 years it took for them to actually try to start updating things at Epcot. That's another bit of I can't really... It's a little bit of debate among some fans of Epcot about what's happening is whether or not it's really what was intended originally versus what we're seeing it becoming now.
Well, and that along the lines is the neighborhood. So there's 4 of them, right?
Right. Yeah.
So
the first neighborhood they're going to talk about is the entranceway, and that is World Celebration, which used to be called Future World. Yeah. Any fans out there of some of the novels from the mid-'70s remember Westworld and Future World? Yeah. So, but it was not jokingly called Future World. They actually called it Future World, and that was the name of that whole front area. And that consisted of Spaceship Earth, Communicore East and West, all the pavilions that are in the front there with the land, Horizons, Imagination, World of Motion, Energy, all that. Even the Life Pavilion, which is now sitting abandoned and used for storage.
Yeah.
So, but that's what the front area is World Celebration. And like I said, that right now consists of, like I said, the big ball, which is Spaceship Earth.
Have to.
That's the beginning
ride.
Everybody goes to that ride first.
They try if they enter there,
Yes.
or they run to Remy or Guardians. But
well, now,
yes. But that's
either that or Test Track.
Yeah.
Which
I love Spaceship Earth. I think it's amazing.
Every time they have done a refurbishment, honestly, it has just preserved the beauty of that ride and that exhibit.
I love it. Yeah.
It's one of, when I took Chris there with me, just her and I, back in 1999, or was it 2000? I can't remember if it was right at the turn of the millennia or not.
It was 2000 because I was in Australia.
Okay, so yeah, it was right at 2000. I introduced Chris to Spaceship Earth. She fell in love with it.
Yeah.
Absolutely fell in love with it. And I can't not ride that ride as well because I love it. I even love the smell of burning Rome. Okay.
And the voice of Dame Judi Dench will put you into a very calm state and almost put you to sleep.
Especially.
The last time I literally almost fell asleep.
Because when they turn around backwards and start going back.
You down
Yeah, it starts laying back down and it's so smooth.
And now we're heading back to Earth.
Yeah, and it's like, yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am, we are.
Yes, Dame Judi Dench.
Thank you.
It's the best, though. I really do like it. It's
beautiful.
It's cute.
It's beautiful. I can't say enough good about it.
I love it. And it's a classic, and I think if you're a Epcot lover, or it's one of the rides that it's on the list.
Exactly. Now there are a couple other lands there at the front of the park. World Discovery, which consists of, this is as you're facing the Spaceship Earth, this will be to your left-hand side. Okay, or this is now the east side of that whole
entry
port way area. And this is World Discovery, and that's Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Rewind.
Yes.
And yeah, Alyce has opinions.
I have strong feelings. I have all my emotions in my glass box of emotions.
That's right. And I'm going to put a clip of you getting off that ride.
You have to, because it was
of your video.
Everything.
Yes, I'm going to put that clip right here.
It was so good. That is the most amazing ride. And we got Cheers for Fears, which is from Real Genius, which is my favorite movie. in the whole wide world. That was amazing. So good.
Okay. Also in that area, they have Mission Space, which was the old Horizons pavilion. I kind of like what they did with that.
I never ride it, so I don't know. Couldn't tell you.
It is starting to show some wear and tear and some age.
It's a vomit comet, and that's a hard pass for me.
And if anybody's unaware of what Mission Space is, essentially what you do is you're going to do a simulated space trip to Mars. That's if you do the full orange track. If you do the green track, you just do an orbit around the Earth and then come back down. With the orange track, you go and you launch and you go to Mars and land on Mars.
And they like force you to, that you feel G's.
Yes.
You feel G forces. And
because
the whole
you are
thing.
put into a centrifuge.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, it's marvelous. Oh, I love it.
Oh.
I love it. Well, okay. You know who I am, right?
I know.
You've met me, right?
No.
Okay.
Do we share half of our DNA? What?
Tonight?
I don't do well on those rides, so I'm
Exactly.
a hot pass on that.
Well,
so.
yeah, we will not put Alyce on simulator rides, okay? She will not do Mission Space. She will not do Star Tours.
No.
She will do, grudgingly, Rise of the Resistance, but...
That's not as bad as the Millennium Falcon one. That one.
Yeah.
Smuggler's Run.
Smuggler's Run.
Oh.
Yeah, that's rough.
That one's I almost pulled a Hogwarts on that one.
Oh yeah, okay. Again, this just gives you example of what Alyce will not do.
I can't.
And she has done at least once.
I try them, and then I'm like, because there's times where like some of them might not be as bad, so I try it and be like, okay, I did it, and then maybe second or third time, like I'm all right, but I'm not equipped.
It's not something we do to Alyce, and we will not force her upon these rides, and I fully endorse that, and I will be one of those people who, if people are starting to drag her towards those rides, they'll be, no, Alyce, let's go ride the Journey to Imagination.
Yeah, I'll go hang out with Figment.
Yeah, or we'll go over to Living Seas with Nemo and friends.
I'll be with my babies.
There you go.
That's where I'll be.
There you go.
I'll meet y'all later.
Yep. Okay, anyway, we're going now over to
the third.
Oh, Test Track is also over in World Discovery.
That's a ride where I could take it or leave it. I could do it or I don't. I mean, I don't have to, but it's fun, especially if you have littles who enjoy going really fast and want to do a roller coaster, but it's not really a roller coaster. So it gives some good moments there.
Yeah, it can be fun, and you get to, quote unquote, build your own car.
Which it's going to be going through a refurb soon. So
and an update.
Yeah.
So Lord knows what they're going to do to it. I'm hoping they do something fun. Because Test Track, I rode it once.
I've ridden it a few times. So
okay.
So that's to the left of Spaceship Earth. To the right of Spaceship Earth is which neighborhood?
World Nature.
Ooh, it was still under construction when I was there. The Moana World of Water or Water. Yeah. What's it called?
Journey of Water.
Journey of Water.
River's Journey.
Water was my life. Yeah. I'm kind of excited for that. That looks actually kind of fun. So I don't have any experience in it yet. I've seen a lot of point of views from YouTubers. It looks kind of cute and fun. It's a great place to cool off because that park has zero shade.
Oh wow,
zero shade, and
there's a lot of
exposure.
Yes,
to the floor to heat and humidity. So it's nice to have a place to cool off.
That is apparently what has been trying to be updated. Why they took out a lot of the Communicore is they've put planters in, shade and benches. I'll get to that after we talk about this. Anyway, the World Nature is where the Seas with Nemo and Friends is at, which is one of my favorite exhibits.
I love it.
I got to dive in the big habitat. I will take that is I don't have the words.
It's a forever memory. It was like
it's a core memory.
The best, one of the Disney magic moments.
It was.
Yeah.
I got to be part of the show.
I know, and that's what you've always wanted to do. So.
Exactly. And I got to show off for everybody who's in the observatory area watching, and for my family at that time, saying hi to everybody. And if I can swing it and get it off the DVD, if I can rip it off the DVD, I'll put it. I'll try to put it here, but I guarantee nothing. Okay.
It still goes on. They still have their dive program there. They also have a snorkel program there. So if you are a snorkeler or a diver and would like to do it, it's one of the buy it behind the scenes tours. It's really very well done. It's not just diving. There's a full education component with it. And if you're ever wanting some transparency and seeing what zoo aquarium life is like, it's a great piece to actually get in there and learn about the care of aquatic animals with humans, and how Disney does it and how well they do it. So I highly recommend it, but
exactly,
I'm kind of biased because this is my world. So,
exactly.
But it was a lot of fun. It's really neat. And the cast is amazing.
That big habitat is my favorite exhibit.
Yeah, it's good.
That's because forever.
Yeah.
I mean, the first time I saw it was the Disney trip that I took with the band.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't realize that pavilion had been finished, or it was even
there.
The construction had been even thought of.
Yeah.
And when we went through it, I fell in love with it. That was back in the day when you actually did the same thing with the Finding Nemo or with the Nemo and Friends ride, but you went and you gathered into a big area, and then you rode the quote unquote hydrolators down to the ride load area. And then you took those to Sea Base Alpha. So that was just yeah. Anyway, I'm really, really dating myself. Okay, that trip was back in 1988. So just in case somebody needs to Google. Anyway,
I love it too. But I mean, obviously, there's reasons I love it.
Well, yeah. My second favorite exhibit there is the manatees.
Yes.
I love looking at the big floaty sea cows.
Yeah, they're good. That's a good
one. I love them.
They're all rescues. They're all non-releasables. So
I love them.
Yeah.
I love them. All right. So back to the World Celebration area. The center area used to be called the Communicore.
Mm-hmm.
It is well, I can't really.
Connections and Creations. Are the gift shop, are the shopping and the food area.
Yeah, all the exhibits that were at one time that whole World's Fair thing and all the new technology being displayed and everything is no longer there. It's been replaced by restaurants and retail stores. That's it.
Really good food, though.
We'll talk about the other world.
It was good for a snack.
Yeah. Oh.
And it's good for cooling off.
We'll talk about the other name for Epcot here in a second. But that area, they have a new statue of Walt.
I know. That's a have to.
Dreamer's Point.
I know.
And I want my picture with that statue of Walt.
Yeah, you will. Yeah, you will. Yeah. And it'll probably be,
Oh, there's going to be tears.
PhotoPass photos for sure. So that way it's like professional and all the things.
And there will be tears.
Okay.
And I will be sobbing the entire time.
Okay.
And as soon as I'm done, I'll be straight up ugly crying.
That's
and
okay.
Yeah, there it is.
That's
anyway.
Okay. Don't forget about up here, we've got Living with the Land. That's an OG.
Yes.
That is an OG.
Original, yes.
Ride
yes.
for Epcot. And we have great core memories of that because that's when we went in 83. We actually that's the only park we went to because it was the newest, because we'd just come off of our cruise. And so we did Spaceship Earth, the Veggie Rock.
Yeah, that was back with the
Was that with Living in the Land too?
No.
Yes,
it was.
It was Living in the Land. So we did those two things. And then 8. And then we had to get back on in our dress clothes because we changed in the bathroom at Epcot to get into our Sunday dress flight clothes, and then we left.
Right.
So we did a couple of things. We said we were there. We got our pictures taken, and then we were out.
Where Veggie Rocks is where Soarin' is now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we did those things. Living with the Land is one of my favorites. I love it. I think it's cool.
It's a good half hour.
It's a good sit down, relax.
It's a good half hour
Boat
attraction.
ride.
It's another boat ride, but this time you're not necessarily looking at animatronics or anything like that. There's a short dark ride version set at the beginning, a short dark ride type thing at the beginning. And after that, you go into a greenhouse.
It's great.
And you learn about hydroponics. You learn about
aquaculture and how they're like the full systems there with the hydroponics and then the fish
simulated
and the,
zero-G growth.
Yeah.
You know, that one
hanging
interested me. Yeah.
The hanging gardens, the square foot gardens, all of that. And then the cool thing about that is that Disney's part of a lot of research grants with U.S. The Department of Agriculture and NSF grants, and so there's a lot of innovative agricultural techniques that are being tested at Living with the Land that are then being implemented out into farms and ranches around the country. So it's really cool.
Exactly. That was, and to me, that was something that's just a lot of fun, is watching the limited space agriculture.
Yeah.
You know, and the volume of food that they can grow in limited spaces.
So, fun fact, which has probably been shared a lot, is that a lot of the fruits and veg that are grown in Living with the Land are used to not only feed the humans at the Garden Grill, but also the animals at Animal Kingdom.
That's true. Yeah, a lot of that food that is produced, very little gets thrown away.
Yeah, it's like pretty, and it saves a lot of money. So they actually, from a zoo and aquarium standpoint, feeding the animals off of that veg, because most of the collection is going to be herbivores, it saves a ton of money.
Well, and
healthier.
They've reduced the amount of fish that they have being held there now. For
and
food.
The aquaponics, yeah.
That to me, that's a little disappointing, because I remember the first time we rode that, these tanks were full,
and the tilapia were enormous.
Yeah, they were monster fish. The eels, the tilapia, the salmon, the shrimps, the crab, all of these, food rich,
sustainably
fish.
Food, yeah.
It was incredible. It was just incredible. And yeah.
Well, and this right here shows the impact that it had. I mean, you were just starting high school. I was in elementary school, and you and I both remember all those things that we learned about that.
Yeah.
It was on our first trip.
It was a straight up core memory.
Yeah.
It was a straight up core memory.
And had made a big impact. I mean, we come from a background of agriculture anyway in our family, so it was just neat to see kind of that growth. But so Living in the Land, that's at the front, and then of course Figment's up there as well.
Right.
And then you can continue into the park to get to World Showcase.
World Showcase. Now this is the part of Epcot that the adults love.
It is very adult centric, and I agree with that, because I've actually grown into it. When I was littler, it was not so.
There was nothing there for me.
There was nothing there for me. Yeah,
there was nothing there. That's why I was like,
you felt like you were in the countries. Great, we got to ride the Norway ride and go backwards, and then
we didn't
Maelstrom.
have that. Yeah,
we were.
Maelstrom wasn't there at that point.
Not that point, but you know what I mean.
But like Rio de Tempo, the River of Time.
Yes.
In the Mexico.
We did ride that
pavilion. Yeah. Oh yeah, we did.
We rode that. Yeah. That was the other ride
before the refurbishment.
Yes.
Yeah.
Before
the refurbishment. Before the three caballeros. Where I was actually disappointed that we didn't have the three caballeros in the first place.
I know. It's much better now.
Yeah.
It's much better.
Love me some Donald. Love me some Donald.
Yeah. So the World Showcase is where you travel around the world.
Yes.
In different countries, and they've actually made them culturally accurate as possible. The cast members that work in those areas are from the countries. They actually do an exchange, internship exchange program with those countries. So you get to have those students coming in, or those folks coming in and working and helping really immerse you into those places. Now, with that said, they are good English speakers, so there's not a difficulty with communication. But it's also great to, if you can speak those languages,
yes,
you
it is.
get to speak the language with
yes, it
native
is.
speakers, which is a lot of fun.
Which is really fun for me in Mexico, and it's really fun for me in Japan. In the Japan pavilion, I know just enough to get myself to look very, very embarrassed
when you do it wrong.
And then in France as well, in the France pavilion, in the French pavilion, I know enough to look like an idiot. So, but it's a lot of fun because they're gentle with you.
They are. They're very kind, and they are gracious.
Oh, they are
with mistakes. So,
yes,
but it's a great. I mean, this is where it is very much adult centric, because those sorts of things you appreciate more as an adult, along with culture. And this is true for when you go into other countries. Culture is really wrapped around food. So the big nickname for World Showcase, and this is what you call it all the time, is
the world's most expensive and largest food court.
There you go. So when you want to immerse yourself in a culture, you do try their foods.
Of course.
And that's part of learning what it's about, because food is very centric to family and talking and learning and living.
Exactly.
You know, so
food is
life.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And food is the most universal language.
It is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because we all have to eat.
Mm-hmm.
We all like to eat. So that way you can share who you are and your identity, your culture, your diversity, and that on a plate.
Yeah.
And I mean, there we are.
There we are. Yeah. So it's really a place to learn a lot. And that's one of the other kind of offshoots of these festivals that happen in Epcot. And they happen yearly. I think there's about a 4-month period of time where there's not a festival.
Maybe.
From July to maybe the beginning of September.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, maybe 2 or 3 months. So it's the end of Art Garden and the start of Food and Wine.
Well, where the arts are in there somewhere.
The arts is at January. The arts is at the beginning of the year, and then it's Flower and Garden, and then there's the break, and then it's Food and Wine.
Yeah.
So it's just that.
So we are right now in the
Flower and Garden
Festival.
Yeah, at the time of this recording.
Yes. Thank you. Yes.
And then there'll be when July hits, so it's July, August, and July and August really where there's not a festival.
Right.
And then September through the end of the year is food and art.
Yeah.
The arts festival.
Yeah.
Food and wine.
Yeah, food and wine.
And then January, February is the arts festival, and then March through June is Flower and Garden.
There you go. See, there are so many, and I'll just say it. The reason they're doing it is because they couldn't get enough attendance at the park to begin with.
Okay. My favorite is Flower and Garden. I think it's stunning. The topiaries that they make, and they always have a food pairing with it. So at Flower and Garden, it's sustainability. So they do a lot of honey-based things, pollinator-based foods, really highlighting the vegetables, seasonal vegetables. So there's one booth that actually changes throughout the season with that. So I like it a lot. I think it's really beautiful to see the topiaries and things in there. I haven't done the arts festival, and I have not done I have done Food and Wine, and I prefer Flower and Garden over Food and Wine. And I'm an eater.
Yeah,
so that
surprised me, because it's like, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, because Flower and Garden has a lot of foods based with it, you get a lot of the same kind of flavor of it's like a combo of Food and Wine with the beautiful gardens.
Yeah. So basically Epcot has become that park. They're trying to keep kids' interest, or the younger generation's interest, with the new rides that they've put in.
So there's a big one.
New attractions.
Norway is very, 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 very popular. Because that's where the Frozen ride is at.
Yes.
Be prepared for a very long wait.
Oh, yeah, indeed.
Very long wait.
Indeed.
That's worth a Genie Plus purchase.
Oh, yeah. You definitely do a Genie Plus on Frozen.
Frozen After. It's that's the musical thing.
It's just
in Hollywood Studios.
It's just Frozen.
It's the Frozen. It's great. It's really cute. It's fun. If YouTube it if you haven't seen it, it's worth it. I would say do it once. and then you can move on.
Yeah, and then cut print moving on.
And so there's that. There's also back in World Showcase is the Ratatouille
In the France
Pavilion.
Yeah.
That's really fun and cute.
That is a not miss.
For you.
That is a not miss. Okay, I'm sorry. I love the movie, first off. I love the movie. Secondly, yes, it's 3D, so it gives me a headache. Okay, I got that. Be aware.
Yeah, it's
be
a
aware.
little.
It's 3D, but it's that trackless technology.
It's
again.
cool, yeah, and it's just full immersion.
Yeah,
yeah,
and
it's
the
neat. queue.
Oh.
The queue is fun. So there are some rides back there. There's also some entertainment back there in America. There's the Sounds of Liberty.
Voices of Liberty.
Voices of Liberty.
Something like that.
They're an a cappella group and they sing classical Americana songs.
Right.
And they're very talented people.
They're very good musicians.
Very, very good musicians.
Very good musicians. Now, they also have an animatronics show in the American Pavilion. I believe it's called the American Experience.
Yeah, I have never seen that.
Really?
I've never seen that. I've
Even
seen
when
it,
Meg went with us?
I've never seen it live. I've seen it on YouTube things, but I've never seen it live.
Oh my goodness, because you get to see Benjamin Franklin walk.
Who's one of my American Idol.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you believe it?
Okay, so again,
things I have
You've never seen it?
I know. Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, I didn't even start it.
It's not even on. No, I haven't. I get this is one of those moments where it's going to show that Epcot is a park that I can do in a half day.
It can be, yes.
I'll hit my favorite things. I'll go get a snack and then off to Hollywood.
Exactly. I was gonna say
I was
gonna say it.
I'll go back and forth in there to maybe go to a dinner reservation.
Now I've got to play it because this is the way.
Yeah. It's as I've gotten through some things and really experienced some things, I can spend a little more time there. But it's definitely I consider it a park hopper park. So if I want to spend, do something else in the morning and then park hop to Epcot, I'll do that.
Exactly.
It's not, it doesn't necessarily for me have to have a whole dedicated day, but that's how we've done it in the past, is to make sure that we get the things we want.
Now we probably have to do a day considering wait times on attractions we want to do.
Yes.
It's going to eat up some time,
so we go get a snack.
So, okay, on that, let's talk about that. We're done with World Celebration. We've done everything in World Celebration. Now we're going to hit World Showcase.
Yeah.
Which direction are we going to go? Because this is important.
I generally...
Right?
Well, So I generally go through Canada, England, France.
Right.
Because I like England and France. I love the England section. I love the England section. I don't know why. I really don't know what it is. I just love it. I think it's really cool.
It's that 5/8 scale type thing that's,
Well, there's the tea garden back there.
Exactly.
And I had a really great interaction with Alyce.
You can meet Alyce. You can meet
Mary Poppins
and Bert. You can meet Winnie the Pooh. In Christopher Robin's room.
I know. So there's some really cool things back there. So lately I've been going Canada, England, France, Morocco, US,
exactly,
Italy.
You go to the right and go counterclockwise around,
and just around, and then
come
end in Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
However,
exactly,
there's those moments where you can start in Mexico and work your way around to Germany and Norway and China and Japan.
Which we did for the longest time. We always went to Mexico first and went clockwise.
Mm-hmm. So it's really, all roads lead to Rome. It's a circle. So if you want to start in south of the border or north of the border, it's really...
Well, okay, and see, this is...
We're enveloped by the two countries that envelop the U.S. So.
If I'm going to go by attraction, I'm going to have to head for France first. So I'm going to go right.
Right, yeah, because you want to hit Remy right away.
I want to hit Ratatouille first.
Which is an advantage of coming in through the Skyliner because it drops you right there.
It drops you right off between England and France.
Mm-hmm.
It's right in between the Skyliner and the boats drop off there. The reason I love that ride enough that I'm going to make that my first.
Yeah.
Now, before I would go to Mexico first, because since I'm a ride guy, I'm an attraction guy, I'm going to go for the rides. And I went to Mexico first purely for Rio de Tiempo.
Mm-hmm.
Tiempo, sorry. Please forgive me. I love that ride because also I've never eaten in the restaurant in the pyramid.
I'm not either.
So that is something we need to fix next time.
That's a next time to eat there.
Yeah. And I've heard very, very good things about it.
Because it's improved. It wasn't so great for a while.
It was worse. From what we understood, it was worse than the Casa Bonita.
Coloradoans, you know.
Yeah. Anybody from Denver?
You know.
You know what I'm talking about. And I'm talking about old
Casa
Denver.
Bonita.
Okay. Yeah.
1970s.
Yeah. When it opened.
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, let's go right. We're going to go right.
We'll go Canada.
Yeah. Oh, Canada. Now, the only real attraction in Canada besides liquor and food is the Circle Vision. I think it's Circle Vision.
It is Circle Vision. But actually, it's the band. The live band that they have playing. Yes.
The guys in the kilts. Yes.
Amazing.
In Canada.
You go to Canada to listen to the music. It's so
that's
good.
True. That's true. And it's just a quick little short step right on over to England.
Yeah.
Or the UK.
Yeah.
Is right there.
Right there.
So, you start in Canada, get your groove on, get over to
England.
UK, look at, I believe, I can't remember the name, I can't remember exactly all that the architecture is based on.
Oh, what part of London?
It's actually a particular palace that it's based on.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, and it's not Buckingham.
No.
Anyway,
you'll look it up and throw it at the bottom.
Yeah, I'll maybe. I hope.
Google it, everyone.
So anyway, you go into England, and right across from all the wonderful buildings that are all on your right hand side as you're walking through, on your left hand side, closest to the water, is the Rose and Crown.
Yeah,
pub.
I've never eaten there or drank there either. So,
oh my.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have though eaten at the Ireland booth.
Oh, that's right outside.
That's right outside. So the food and when we were Irish, we like that fare, and I had some of the best onion gravy, sausage, mashed potato. Yeah. Yeah. Like I know. Speaking more, like,
I know.
It's so good.
Okay.
So I always, if an Irish booth is open, I'm always going to eat in Ireland because I love it.
Oh yeah,
it's a have to. But I've done the fish and chips next to the Rose and Crown, and they're really good.
Same type of stuff that you get right in the pub.
Okay, it was good. It was very, very good. Quick service there was amazing. So good.
I will. This is the one place where I am going to start diving into Alice's passion about this giant food court. The Rose and Crown Pub is someplace that I must do.
Yeah,
I must go eat there. I must go eat there. So anyway,
you cross the channel.
Yeah.
Do you notice they do that?
Yeah.
You have to go over a bridge, and it's actually a channel. So you cross the channel to France.
Exactly, and you're in Paris, primarily Paris. Yeah. Then this is where it's retail, food, and then ratatouille.
Ratatouille. I have to give 2 thumbs ups for France. If you're a bread eater and you like bread, you have to go to the patisserie, and get the baguette and butter.
Yeah.
I'm not a big bread fan, but oh yes, thank you.
Yeah. No, I get it.
I have not eaten the crepes, but
okay. I haven't either.
I will say that the little crepe stand outside of Ratatouille has the most affordable and largest glass of unsweetened iced tea.
Okay, we got.
I've found, and if you know me, you know that I have to have my tea.
Yeah.
And Disney makes it hard. To get a tea.
Here's the background.
The fact that I could go to Paris and get a tea for less than $5. Thank you, Paris.
Yeah, exactly.
So.
I see. That's okay. Yeah. Every trip that we have been on,
fight
in every park at Walt Disney World, we cannot find unsweetened tea or a bottle of unsweetened tea ever. And
it's ridiculous.
It is. It's stupid.
And I don't know. I mean, it's not I accommodate and I figure it out, and it's a me problem, and I know it's a me problem, and I try and not make it an everybody problem, but I base my stops for snacks not only on the things I like to eat, but the places that I can get myself a tea.
Well, exactly.
So, and that's
because
truth.
It's
It's
sorry,
hard.
but it's fluids. It's an important break. Okay, it's an important break.
We all want me caffeinated appropriately.
Well, there's that. But I never understood that, but yes, I do understand it now because of the majority of the clientele at the Disney parks are going to want a sweetened drink.
Yeah, but I don't.
I know. You are that that unicorn.
I'm the northerner in the southern states that doesn't want sweet tea.
It's just, and then finding it is just.
But I have found it.
Yes, you have.
I found it in Paris.
Yes.
I found it in the walk-up quick service crepe station in Paris.
Exactly. You found it in one kiosk, in one pavilion.
And those little gals.
In one park.
Those little gals that were working that day. Because I was wearing this shirt and they're like, I was like, yes, I'd like another tea. Yes, I'd like it. I went 3 times. And then I got Tom one and double fisted it. It's amazing. So I found it. So Paris is where I'm going to go get my beverage.
Indeed.
And then right next door is Morocco. And I need to eat.
See, I wasn't done. I was actually going to talk about food in Paris. I was going to talk about food.
Go.
Yeah.
Because I don't eat much there because I don't eat much in Paris.
Now, if you are somebody who is actually curious about French cuisine and want a very good introduction to French cuisine, there is one restaurant that I'm going to recommend for you in Paris or in the France Pavilion in Epcot. And that's the Chefs of France.
It was Chefs de France.
Chefs de France. Yeah.
It was very
good.
It was good.
It was great. Now, if you are very familiar with French cuisine and you can afford it, I'm not sure if it's still there. I'm hoping it is. But it's called Monsieur Paul. And it's the expensive one that's up top.
Oh, I don't know that answer. I don't know that answer. So we'll have to investigate that.
I do. Because Chris and I have been there.
Oh, yeah? No.
Yes. It's marvelous. Really good food. But yeah, be prepared to spend. Anyway, you said, moving on, Morocco.
Well, and that's the thing. Really, honestly, you either shop in the France Pavilion or you eat.
Yeah.
Boom, boom.
And it's worth it. Well, the shopping is worth it.
Well, and now with Remy in there, you spend a little more time. Morocco, really, it's kind of this. There's a souk that's replicated. It's kind of changed a little bit. It's actually under a lot of transition, I think now. It pops up and becomes a popular place during the food festivals, but other than that, you can meet Jasmine there.
Yeah.
So it's a kind of cool place to character interactions. I would like to try and eat there and actually eat in the restaurant in Morocco.
So would I.
Because I enjoy that cuisine and I think it would be kind of fun. You could actually do a dining plan for the show.
Yeah, dining package.
A dining package there. Yeah. So, it's kind of, if you don't know that you're walking through Morocco Pavilion, you don't know you're walking through the Morocco Pavilion as you move from Paris to America.
Yeah, it's small and short. It was used as a set for a couple of the TV shows that were filmed out at Walt Disney World. Again, I'm going to bring up Thunder in Paradise. Because I was a fan of Hulk Hogan. Okay, so there it is. After Morocco is the United States or the America Pavilion.
Because I live here.
It's a pass through for us.
And you can't get a tea in America. Got to go to Paris.
That should tell you volumes.
Just saying.
That should speak volumes to you there.
I'm just saying, Merca.
You can't get a
me.
tea in the America Pavilion at Epcot.
But you can get some yummy snacks.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
And it's right in the middle. And then, like you said, that there's the little show.
Yeah, the American Experience. Yeah,
and
American
then
Experience.
The singing group. So there's some things to do in there.
Sure.
But again, it's kind of more of that. You have to like American history to really stick around in there, which, yay. I mean, I am a history person, but, and Ben, the fact that I haven't taken the time to see Ben Franklin in action says a lot. He's been one of my favorite American founding fathers.
Well,
so,
there for a while, for about 20 years, he was one of the most advanced animatronics they had. Yeah.
Always something to do new and go back and see how they do it. And maybe
exactly. The only other animatronic that had taken a step after Ben Franklin was the Carnosaur in the dinosaur ride. Okay. So there's a little history.
Franklin and a dinosaur.
Yep. Boom. Okay. All
right. After America, is it Africa?
No.
Is it China? It's
Japan.
Is it Japan then Italy? Or is it Italy then Japan?
I think it's Italy then Japan. I think. Correct us in the comments, please.
Please. Via Napoli.
Here we go.
Is a yummy restaurant that has really good pizza. And as we were discussing before we started the podcast.
Yes. Yes.
It is markedly the best pizza because of the pizza you get to compare it to in the parks. So
it's not Pizza Planet.
It's not. And if that's, that's kind of the baseline for
not
Disney Pizza.
Rizzo.
And then you've got Via Napoli. And actually it's really good. And I enjoy Via Napoli a lot. I think, that I've had more experiences in the restaurant than you have, and I've really enjoyed it. So
yes,
it's a stop that we get all the time. In Italy, you can do some shopping and eating. I think that's the running theme of all of World Showcase.
Exactly.
Shopping and eating, and just experiencing the culture that way. There's some really, the piazza that they've recreated is really beautiful.
Yeah, it's a Venetian piazza.
Yeah, and it's kind of neat photo ops that you get in there. So it's neat in there and getting some neat culture to experience that. And then you quickly move over to Japan.
Yep. Boom.
And they have a really cool Japanese drumming show.
The taiko drummers.
Is great.
They have also a replica of Osaka Castle.
Mm-hmm.
They have
the gardens.
The gardens there. I get lost.
Yeah, that's
just
beautiful.
Looking at the fence.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's I'm at the fence.
Yeah,
and you're going to lose me for a while.
It's really pretty inside there.
Their retail area is very, very much like a retail area that you would see in Tokyo. Okay, it is chock full of the little kitschy
Hello Kitty
things, all the cutesy stuff, you name a fandom, they have a little thing for it.
Yeah.
Okay, name it, they've got it. If you're into anime, this is a good place to go. They also, I believe now, they are starting to sell the Duffy and Friends characters from the Asian parks in Japan.
So Hong Kong will be in, all the Hong Kong stuff will be in China?
Maybe so.
Oh, that's
but I know
cool.
that Duffy and Friends is from Disneyland Tokyo.
And Hong Kong.
They sell it in Hong Kong. But Duffy and Friends started in Tokyo.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool though.
Yeah. And I say that, and the reason is because a lot of people have been sort of lamenting the fact that they go to the Disneyland Tokyo or Hong Kong Disneyland or Disney Sea, and they see all this Disney and Friends or Duffy and Friends merchandise, and well, why can't we get that over here? They sell Mickey over there. Wise question, and I just named a place where you could probably get it. So there you go. After Japan, I believe it's China.
It's China, yeah. Because and honestly, I haven't eaten in Japan and or China.
We've eaten in China.
I haven't eaten in China.
Like in 1883, we ate in China.
Did we eat there?
Yes, we did.
Okay, well, it's memorable.
It wasn't that memorable because it was just regular
Chinese
U.S. Chinese food.
I don't think it's that way anymore.
No, it's not.
But that's, a couple more places shopping, eating.
Yep.
Then, is Africa tucked in there now? Because the Africa section in Epcot is really, it's like boothing. It's like tents and tabling, and it's really just artisans selling their wares, and that's sort of on purpose because of Animal Kingdom.
There's that, but it really wasn't that fleshed out at the beginning. Anyway. It was like this refreshment outpost kind of thing, and it was a Coca-Cola sponsored thing, and then it was brief, and it's like, there it is, a bunch of coolers and a bunch of little quick service carts.
Yeah.
And then Germany.
You get a better experience with the African culture and being immersed into what it's like in Africa and Animal Kingdom.
Yeah.
Anyway, so.
Exactly. Oh, not Germany. Then it's Norway. And then Germany. And then
finally Mexico.
Mexico, yeah. So, we did talk about Norway. Oscarhus is a really good restaurant in Norway.
I haven't eaten there.
Oh, that's right. You missed the princess interaction thing. Meg and I loved it.
Yeah.
Okay. Pickled fish. I'll just leave it right there.
I'm glad I missed it.
Okay. Anyway, their attraction there is the Frozen attraction.
Very cute.
I like it.
If you're a Frozen fan, go for it. If you've got a little who loves Frozen, go for it. It's great. It's just, you're going to wait a while for the ride if you don't do a Genie Plus.
And and perhaps you might be lucky to be there at a time when Olaf
doesn't work.
Malfunctions.
The things you wait for.
I know, right? I love it. Okay, and then, naturally you go into Germany and beer and sausage. No real other attractions other than that. There's
it's
good
definitely
retail.
I was like, it's definitely shopping, eating in Germany, and definitely shopping, eating in Mexico.
Exactly.
With the Three Caballeros ride.
Right.
And the Three Caballeros ride is kind of like the small world of Mexico.
Exactly. It's
a boat ride. It's like that.
It's a fun dark ride.
It's cute though. I love it.
I enjoy it. Now I really want to go eat at the restaurant in the pyramid. That's about it.
The other thing to keep in mind too is that each of the countries, you can meet a character from a movie that was based in those countries. So
yes,
you got Jasmine in Morocco. You've got they don't have any really in the U.S.
No, the Muppets are in the U.S. because
Muppets.
Sam the Eagle's barbecue thing
in there,
was there.
And then in Italy. Sometimes Geppetto and Pinocchio come out. Sometimes it's not as consistent anymore. In Japan, Mulan is there.
Yes, that's a meet and greet. That's a princess meet and greet all the time there.
Is that, or she's China? No,
she's in China.
She's in China.
Mulan's in China.
There's nobody in Japan.
No, we don't have a Japanese. Yeah. We don't have a Japanese anybody
Raya,
yet. Nope.
She's Chinese.
Nope.
Oh, she's
Taiwanese.
Taiwanese. Okay.
Or Indonesian. I'm sorry.
But Mulan is definitely a character back there. Anna and Elsa are back there.
Oh yeah.
And then in Germany, I don't know if there's.
I don't think there's anybody in Germany.
You can meet Donald outside of the pyramid sometimes.
Sometimes.
There are fun characters in the back in World Showcase that are around.
Exactly.
As well. You can meet Belle in Paris.
Yes, you can.
You can meet Belle in Paris.
And it's at one point you could have met Esmeralda and Clopo in France.
Yeah.
And Clopo was the jester from Hunchback of Notre Dame. Sorry. Whatever.
America.
Notre Dame. Oh, I hate myself now. Oh, that's no.
That's all right. Move on.
I'm using that a lot.
So if you want to shop and eat, that's what World Showcase is all about. There's the passport gift shop at the front too. So with Epcot in the World Showcase, you're shopping and eating. In the front is really where some of that innovative rides, that idea of growth and challenge and growing and changing is all about. So, like I said, honestly, Epcot could be a half day for me.
Right. Yeah. And in my words, front of the park, look what we can do as humans.
Right.
In the back of the park, look at who we are as humans.
Yeah. That's a good description of the place.
So,
you have to ride Guardians of the Galaxy. Like
there it is.
Absolutely no choice. That is a have to ride, and you do what you can, and you get up at the crack of dawn, and you sit on your phone, and you get on it.
She's peaking the audio on this, folks.
So
go ride the ride.
Good. It is so good.
I have to again. Now
Everybody wants to rule the world.
And I'm you blew my foreshadowing.
Everybody wants to rule the world. Do you remember?
Welcome to my life. There's no holding back now.
The 21st day of September.
Oh, now I got to go find that.
Conga. Everybody wants to do the conga.
Yeah. I run so far away. And I just can't get away. Anyway.
And you don't know what song you're going to get until you start screaming backwards. It is so great.
And I got to ride this ride.
And my favorite movie, one of my favorite movies in the whole wide world is Real Genius. And I ride it for the very first time, and I get the end credit song to Real Genius, which is Flock of Seagulls.
No, it's not Flock of Seagulls.
Or, sorry.
Tears
for Fears. Everybody wants to rule the world. And we got Tears for Fears, which is from Real Genius, which is my favorite movie. It was amazing. I lost my mind. It was so good.
She was so excited about this ride that she got off of it and called me.
Immediately.
Actually called me on the phone from her vacation to tell me about this ride, and it's like, you've got to ride that.
It was so good.
I want to go ride it now. I want to go ride it.
So good.
And then, of course, after watching all the YouTubers, do the point of view on this ride, after watching your video on the queue alone.
The queue's fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
Me being a Marvel fan, and two, a science fiction, space science fiction fan, I'm going to eat this up.
Yeah, it'll turn into your favorite thing at Epcot.
Yeah, to foreshadow, you remember what I was like in Flight of Passage?
Oh, yeah.
In the queue on that.
Oh, yeah. That's okay. It's going to be that level.
There we are.
It's going to be that level.
There we are.
So good.
Okay.
And you know what? So with my motion sick, I don't get motion sick. I just, with the simulators, that one of the big challenges that a lot of people had with that is that because it's a dark ride and the whole cart actually moves. So it's a roller coaster where the cart pivots with you. People were getting kind of nauseous.
Sure.
And I was a little concerned. I was really nervous that I was going to get off this thing and be like, fine, I'm going to barf.
Right.
Literally. But it had no problem.
All right.
I had no issues at all. So it was great.
All right. Well, we are now gone through the front,
the back,
and the back. Did the World Celebration, World Showcase.
It's nighttime.
Now, are we staying for the show?
So this is where I'm going to get some probably, fight me moments. I do not normally stay for the nighttime show at Epcot. Yeah, it is definitely a pass for me. I have yet to see one that hits me the way a fireworks show at Magic Kingdom does, the way, this is a little foreshadowing too, the Tree of Life projection show hits me.
Okay.
Like there's just some,
okay.
I haven't found a show at Epcot that hits me that way that I have to see it and I want to stay and see it. I'd rather go home, get off my feet.
No, I get that.
And take a shower, get into bed, get ready for the next day.
And now, I'm not going to fight you on this because I somewhat agree, and we talked about this before we started recording, before we started the first take. I typically will see a show at Epcot if I have not seen the show, and I'll see it one time. There's only been one show at Epcot that I have come back to see time and time again, and that was Illuminations.
See, everybody loved Illuminations, and I was like...
That was also a show that Chris fell in love with as well. Yeah. And we went out of our way to make sure that we saw that show.
Yeah, you did.
We did see, I saw on TV Harmonious, the first one.
Okay, so the TV version of Harmonious where they did the live singers with that.
Yes.
I think it was better watching it on TV because you got to see all of the vignettes and everything.
Right.
That I loved.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't necessarily love it live.
Okay.
So
no, I get that. I get that.
That's something rare. And then Luminous, I'm good.
I don't think I've even seen the Luminous show on YouTube yet either.
Yeah, I'm walking out is when it's happening.
Right, so. And that's what happened. Did we ever save those pictures of us walking out? You've got them?
Yeah.
Okay. Would you send me on email, because I'd like to incorporate that little picture of us leaving Epcot
with the spaceship Earth all lit up and everything. Yeah.
Right here.
Yeah, that's us.
And I also want to try and find that photo that we took on our first visit.
Mom's got it. We've got it.
Okay, I have no idea where it is. And Mom doesn't either, apparently.
No. She showed it to me before I went in July.
Oh, okay.
Because I was going to try and... We got it.
Okay. So definitely I need that, because that's going to go here as well, just to give you an example of how young we were.
Because it's of me.
Yeah.
It's me standing on a planter.
Yeah.
With Spaceship Earth in the back.
Well, there's that. And then there's me taking the picture. And then somebody behind us, I think was it Mom that took the picture?
Mom took the picture of you taking a picture of me.
There we are. So there it is. An influencer taking a picture of an influencer being...
By their mom.
Yay!
So, ending at Epcot, let's get it back on track.
Yeah.
Ending at Epcot is a choice. If you want to watch the show, great. If that's kind of your thing, is watching those nighttime shows, great. They have dining packages for that.
Yes.
I'll highly recommend those, because to me, I think those dining packages are a great deal. You get good food and a great spot, and everything's taken care of. You don't have to fight crowds. You don't have it protects your peace in a lot of ways. So if you're willing to spend the money on those, go for it. Do it. And in Epcot, you've got different world pavilions that you can eat at. So it's, you choose your cuisine and then you get a spot to sit in. But I prefer to go home, get off my feet, and prepare for our next park, which will be...
Oh, the next park.
Right next door.
It's got to be. I mean, it's just to the south of where we're at.
You could actually walk to it from Epcot.
I wouldn't want to.
Not after a day on your feet.
No.
But we're going to Hollywood.
That's right. Hollywood Studios will be next. That will be the next iteration of the Toddcast. And I will say this right now. Hollywood Studios, I believe, is... Well, okay, fine. Second to Magic Kingdom.
For you?
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's one of my tops. I love it.
It's come up that much for me now. And the reason is because it's
well, there's some fun things. And you have...
It's fun and silly. Well, okay, yeah.
And that's why.
Well, to a certain extent, yes, Star Wars, yeah. It is nice, but that's not the reason.
No.
I
like it as well. So we'll have a good time talking about that next time.
Yeah, it really grew on me, and it just got better when Galaxy's Edge showed up. And it was already good for me.
Yeah.
So...
All right, everybody, thank you so much for joining us. We hope you enjoyed us reiterating and talking about how we do Epcot. As always, we want you to get out and travel. Get out, see the world, see what you can do, have some fun, learn some stuff.
Exactly. As we've always been saying, don't stop traveling.
Stop.
And adventure never stops.
Mm-mm.
So go and take a part of that. Grab it with your teeth and don't let go. All right, folks, thank you very much, and we'll see you next time.
the most amazing ride.